Good evening. Welcome to Sunday evening coffee today with me, Annie from Bad Squiddo. If you've not been, if you've not been here before, this is our weekly show where I just chat about what's been happening in Bad Squiddo. It's very informal. There's lovely people in the chat. I don't know. I could never know if it's that way or that way, but there are lovely people. The main, oh, I've got my own face on now. Let's get rid of that. The main topic today is Partizan. So I've been trading all day today at Partizan in Newark. And I'll be telling you all about that. I'll go through some of the sundries first. Yay, Jimmy's back. I've just noticed I've got paint on the table. It's Andy's table. Hope he's not watching. A wipe off. Oops, there's some paint there. So yes, hello. Get rid of it. It's ink. I've actually done a little bit of painting this week, so I'll show you that, and not just on the table. Um, so other than what was I talking about last Sunday? So hey, oh my God, those people, hello, yes. So last Sunday, I thought, well, yeah, I opened with my 15-minute rant about the washing machine. The update, which you've all been waiting for, is the man came, fixed it. I put a load of washing in, and then it broke again. So it's been broke. But he has put in a request for us for a new washing machine, but the landlord has to approve it. So thoughts and prayers, many thoughts and prayers. Um, and it's yeah, so we still have that, and our sewer is overflowing again, um, because it's now an annual occurrence because the house has our drain is like the lowest of the drain system. So when there's an issue in the neighbourhood, because it coagulates in our house. So we have no washing machine and an overflowing drain. It's fine. Um, so that's been it's been the fun this week. Aside from that, um, what have we got? So we've got cool Basquilo stuff. Don't worry, it's not just about me talking about drains. I'm very tired, but I ordered myself a little treat post-show curry, which I haven't devoured all of, but I did devour a chunk, and now I'm just tired. There is no mug or coffee today. It's squash, just squash, just hydration. And then we have just had a lovely mango lassi. So the week began interestingly on Monday. As I went, so if you remember, I had all of the research, so I had the piles of research everywhere for the Resistance World War II project. And I went to send that to Alan because I had a phone meeting with Alan Monday morning, and a bunch of stuff to send him. And I couldn't find it. Find the file I'd worked on all weekend with all of the references of guns and clothes and information and which poses and all of this and all of the stuff wasn't there. And I realised that none of my files were there. So it took until about 2 p.m. frantic Googling. Um, and at some point, my computer had decided that it was going to back up everything to OneDrive, which I did not agree to. And its version of backup is move all the files to OneDrive rather than copy them, which is wild. Um, and at some point, I'd seen it mention OneDrive and I'd gone, oh no, kill that. And there was a point on Monday where I thought I'd deleted everything on the OneDrive and I just basically deleted everything. I do keep backups elsewhere, but the most annoying bit was that I thought I'd lost my entire weekend's work, which I had not backed. But I found it. Yes, I found it. Um, but that was the start of my week. Oh, whoops. Um, I'd like to put on record that I hate OneDrive and I want it off my computer entirely. I've disabled it, but you just can't kill it. Why can't you kill it? Um, so I had a nice phone call with Alan Marsh, the sculptor. We went through the brief and plans for the I'm looking drained. Looking drained. And we went through the brief and the plans for the upcoming Kickstarter. The sprain Partizan. It's partisans of partisans. So partisans and resistance, anyone who kind of did something cool. Not anyone, some of them, because there were many. Can't do all of them. So that brief's all gone to Alan. He is officially beginning the sculpting tomorrow. So it's happening. It's finally happening, which is really good. I'm not going to tell you everyone that I've got on the sculpt list yet. There's still a few more I need to finalise because I thought, well, as long as I've got a head start, I can keep catching up after that. So that's awesome. So there's still quite a lot to get through with that, but that's really cool. So I'm really excited about that. And getting to tell these stories and actually get some movement, some progress on that project is cool. Picking the paint now. It's fine. It's fine. So what was that? That happened this week. What else have I been up to this week? I haven't got any notes, of course. Loads happened, but I forgot. I'm sure I did more admin. I've just been on an admin beast at the moment. I think I got some trade orders out, some shops out, got that pretty count of stuff, restocks on the way, washing machine man, that was a day. So, a lot of that, you know. But anyway, Partizan. So the big news, big exciting news. Well, this won't be an hour show, by the way, because I'm really sleepy. Kind of want to do Partizan, drink a bit of this, probably just stuff my face for the rest of the curry and go to bed. To be fair, I might take tomorrow off because there's stuff everywhere. I want to tidy my house. Day to tidy my house. Notes are for wimps, that is true. So I was back at Partizan. I used to go to Partizan regularly. I used to do quite a lot of shows. And then I stopped in pandemic, as everyone did, because there were no shows on. And then after that, I kind of reassessed and I went, I find these really knackering. I don't drive, which is a big problem. So I have to find somebody to drive. And then it's like, got to find a person to drive, then rent a van, and the costs just go up a lot. But if I can buddy up with anyone, it works really well. So there was a while where I was buddying up. Well, at the very start, I used to buddy up with Great Escape Games because we were in the same building, so that was really good. So we'd go everywhere together. Then when I moved up here, I buddied up with Ross, who's here somewhere. Ross, come back and do shows. And then it was Sarissa. But currently I'm chaperoneless. But Great Escape were very good, and they also Fenris. I missed Fenris out there as well. But yeah, basically, if there's somebody that's of a sort of similar size that go, hey, you can't fill a whole van, let's half it. It makes so much easier. So the reason that I am able to do the Newark ones, I need to try and get back into Hammerhead, is the Great Escape Games basically drive through Nottingham to get there. So that means I can hop in the back. So I didn't have all of the racks because it was basically whatever space they had in the back, and it got down to us. We're like holding that. I was like, let's pull the rack down. It'll be fine. It will be fine. And we got 8 of them, which is pretty good. 8 out of 11, and then I've got another rack, which is other stuff. But there's 11. Yeah, it's like 8 plus 3. There's 11 racks of bad Squiddo things. So 8 in, which is pretty good. And the bonuses then, I paid them some money for the van space and for the me, so can you collect me as well? But that's still nowhere near the cost. Hiring vans is so expensive. I hate how much it is. And there's no hotel because it's nearby, so the costs are really low. So I'm going to try and get back into all the Newark ones at least. So I'm in Partizan now, which is good, an ace. Like I said before, it's taken me a while to get back in. So once you're out of a show, it's so hard to get back in. The amount of waiting list for all of these shows really is huge. And it's took me this long. Last year I got back into Partizan in a 6-foot, which is where I had the little show and tell stand, which was nice, but it was a bit frustrating because obviously people wanted to buy stuff, and I'm like, yeah, can't. I just want to show you it and remind you I exist. So I managed to get 12 feet this time, which is kind of my normal for those sorts of shows, but bigger ones like Salute and Expo, it's always 18. But the only way I could get back in was via the marquee. If you followed this, you'll know about my recurring marquee nightmares. But it's okay because a marquee doesn't exist, but it does because I manifested a marquee. So when I first heard marquee, I did think, no, can't do it, not doing it. not doing it. Nope, not getting me in a marquee. Nope. I generally avoid the side rooms because I've found that a lot of shows, if you're in not the main hall, it is hard because of does the flow, the natural flow of people, which I've learned a lot more about through watching Bar Rescue. Bar Rescue is so good. Um, just showing that just the flow, how that psychology of where people flow around, and it's never really through side rooms. And I've done. There's always a place. There's always a place for a side room and a point in your career where Annie doesn't do side room. It's just that point now where I'm like, I'd much rather be in the main bit, especially usually when there's a lot more expense, the main good. But I got to the point where I wasn't sure if I was even going to do the marquee because I was thinking, I can't remember if I've mentioned this on screen, but for about 10 years, I've had a recurring nightmare that I'm in a marquee at a show because I have all the show anxiety dreams. And there's never been a marquee. Um, but then there was a marquee, and I thought, am I going to have to cancel? Am I going to have to tell them that I refuse the spot at this show that everyone wants to get into because it's in a marquee and I've got weird, ominous dreams about it? So I was still not quite sure. And then I spoke to a bunch of people around here and I said, are you going to Partizan? And they'd said, as a trader, and they said, no, because we just can't get in there. I thought, I've got a spot. I should be grateful, really. I shouldn't turn down a spot. I'm going way in depth here. This is just me talking again, but this is what you get at the show. This is the honest behind the scenes process of what I kind of ponder going to stuff. Just in case you missed, I love Partizan sometimes. But yeah, I was thinking, am I gonna do a marquee? I thought, yeah, I need to do it. Let's find out. Because then they showed me the map and I went, it's on the entrance. That could be interesting, could be worth a shot. If it was a show where I was travelling to and then having to do a lot more expenses, I might not have. But I thought it's worth giving a shot. If any show is worth giving a shot, it's this one. And the organisers are lovely as well. And it's like, let's try it out. So the workings of Annie's mind. Oh God. Oh no. So because it's always doing all the sums and how's it going to work and stuff. And I went, okay, so I know that side rooms suck, but we've not had an entrance room before. So in this marquee bit, it's sunny. People are going to have to come outside to get ice creams. It'd be interesting. How did it go? Do? I'll have a sip. So Partizan's in one big hall. Oh yeah. So what else did I do before I talk about the inner Partizan? I'm not finished, but I literally just put ink on this, and it looks wicked. I love it. I'm gonna give it some dry brushing and a bit of detail, but this is from Fenris Games. It's the steps that I want to use as a bit with backdrops behind it. And I just go on focus. I just dunked a load of inks on it, sprayed it cream, I think, and then put the inks on it. And it's a cool thing, isn't it? So yeah, Fenris Games. And that's what I splattered paint. Well, splattered ink because I was going ink. Joe says it's not coffee at this hour. I'm one of those people that can have the coffee before heading off to a very restful sleep. It's purely because I've had a lot of coffee today, so I should just hydrate instead. It's a cracking bit of terrain, isn't it? It's cool. And that's the one I was saying I'm going to put a mini there. And it's going to be ace. I have inadvertently made a trans hill. But it's a good section of colours, so yeah, I'm going to finish that. So the last since lockdown, basically, so 5 years, I've only the shows I've stuck to, I've gone pretty much pure money. So Expo and Salute are the two that are the big, because even smaller shows, there's still a lot of work, especially when it's just me. So I'm just looking at these terrible jokes in the sidebar. What are you on? It's very good. Appreciate it. Also, I forgot to acknowledge that Daniel is painting Gaia Ghost Lady. It's very good. Very good to think. Bless. Show us soon. Where am I? I don't know. I don't know. I'm looking at the comments. Like that'll show me where I was at in my ramblings. Yeah, it's been 5 years, 6 years since I've been at been at shows that aren't Expo, Salute, Vatmatech. Expo and Salute are their own animals. They're insanely mega busy. They're insanely mega expensive, high stress, um, but the outcome is really good, and there's a lot of buzz from it. There's a lot of adrenaline. Um, Smaller shows have got their own sort of joy because it means you can chat to people a lot more and it's less of a whirlwind. Um, but obviously, you make less money, and the other costs are all the same, apart from if you just hitchhike in and it's down the road. But the costs are still the same, and a bit less for the stalls, obviously, because my costs for my payments for Expo so far, UK Games Expo, um, just literally the stand and the hotel is now over £3,000. That's an idea of the costs for those. Um, so I need to make at the very, very least that, or the very least more of that, because I don't get 100% of the money. So that's why I get stressed at those sort of shows, because I have to make a lot of money, but I do, and they're really good. And the other one is Vat Attack, which while is relatively small, I've been doing those free, and they are not unusual shows. They're different energy shows to a lot of the ones I do. So I haven't done a smaller, and again, Partizan's not a small show, but one that's not in an arena, basically, for at the very least 5 years, because I was kind of winding them down as the pandemic hit as well. So I haven't done them for a long time, and I think today I got not a shock, but I don't have any recent things to compare them to either, because all I can compare to is these mega shows. And the mega shows are so much energy, in the terms of I get drained, but they're also very high energy events. So at the end of it, I'm just like, oh my god, this was so cool, but there's so much. Whereas a slower show, it's been a bit of an adjustment, I think. And also, the other shows have been way more diverse because they're larger arenas, and so like Expo's got a lot more general diversity. So I had a few bits today where I haven't had for ages really the people that kind of like look at what I do and then go and walk on, and I had some of those today, and I was like, oh, it's a bit of a bummer, even though it doesn't matter. I think because I'm out of practice of it. So when I was doing the circuit, I was like, get out of here. I was like, um. So what's my general consensus? Show is ace. Partizan is ace. So check just to make sure before I go into my ramblings. Partizan's great. I'm really glad to be back, and it was really glad to see lots of familiar faces. My mum Lillian came along, and she was very helpful. So thank you, Lillian. Um, the marquee, I'm not sure. I'm not sure for traders, but I don't have anything to gauge it to because I haven't got a recent show at that sized event to compare it to. So I did say at the end, please let me in the hall next time. So it's a marquee on the front, and I wasn't sure. I was like, I'm going to give this a go. I'm going to be open-minded. And it opened up, and all the people are there, and it's like, yes, come to me. But it gets busy very quickly, and then people are coming in, and all they see is crowd. So they're going to go into the hall, and oh, brain. They're going to go into the hall, and then they won't really see the stand because there's people in the way. Whereas I was thinking, oh, they'll see it and they come back later, but they didn't really see it. So it was busy at the start, but there wasn't really selling much, because you've just come into a show and you're not going to buy loads. And then people go into the hall, and then they stayed in the hall, and then they came out when it was time to go, and they're like, oh, there's a stand here, but I have spent all my money, and then they're going, the people that were looking for me could find me, which was cool. So it meant that if you were specifically looking for me, that was ace. And so, chat, yes, the event organized arrange events like IKEA maps. Yeah, they need to get like whoever did the IKEA thing in. All shows should have this. Amazing. Something I thought might bring more people there was the bring and buy. But I think because it was announced late, there wasn't much sign up because it was a tabletop sale rather than an open bring and buy. And I prefer those. And I think they're a lot easier for the organisers because you're not having to deal. Was it Sheffield triples? Everyone gets stuff. Was it Sheffield where everyone was getting stuff nicked? Some of the various shows have had problems with trying to like get cross-legged on this. stuff getting nicked, and then it must be a nightmare if you're the organizer, or if you've put stuff on a bring and buy and it's nicked. So tabletop sale kind of solves that, because there's your table, you sell your stuff. um so if you're not familiar with it, it's basically a bit like a car boot sale, but you get an hour slot, which also it means it's fresh, so every hour it resets, so more people come in, so it's not an area that everyone sort of ravages and then it's gone again. So that's really good. But because a lot of people hadn't booked in the afternoon, that died down really quickly, so like midday, and then there was no one coming in for that, because I thought, they'll come for everyone loves bringing lights, so they'll all come for that. But they didn't. So I did mostly then after that, because like, I was really busy in the morning. I'm like, yeah, they were just getting past me. Um, and then on the way back, they were kind of then leaving. I'm like, oh, there was a stand. But saying all that, it was not a failure at all. I counted the money just for, and I did do, I did do pretty well. And I have to say to myself that, because, and again, I'm comparing them to these shows where there's an extra zero at the end of it, where they're also just different animals. So I haven't really got like a gauge, a line at the moment. And then while I'm going, it's kind of okay. I was thinking, actually, there's a point where that would have been like the best thing ever. Like, whoa. I definitely made money. I had some money that I didn't have yesterday, which is very much needed, because then I can give that straight to the sculptor. Woohoo! Um, and yeah, don't sound like I'm being too negative, just because I'm tired. I had a lovely day. I'd like to assert that. I'm just giving my full sort of like out of brain analysis, and that's just being, well, not even pedantic. I chatted to a lot of the Salute team were there. I was talking to them the same thing, just saying some stuff. That none of this all really matters, because it's all very good. These are just real like picky points, because I'll go to these shows regardless. And the organisers, again, I keep saying the organisers are so lovely, and really friendly, and anything you need there, it's just really nice. It was experimental. None of us knew what would work with that. So I'm glad I gave it a go. It was cooler. It was very hot apparently in the hall. But yeah, I just kind of felt a bit forgot, a bit like, not by them, by everyone else. Because that mentally, it's like the show is this building, and it's kind of more of a bit of a corridor. I think it would work. My feedback, if they watch, I think, would be to have more games in there, because I think it probably was a bit tougher for the tabletop sale people as well, because they might have got a bit forgot, or people would see as they came in, but then not later on. Um, Especially if you had like a later booking, if you were one of those people, there's not people already there. You kind of just need They need to glance you and come over, but they can't glance you if you're in another room. I think that's it. Um, but again, I'm gonna pester them and get back in, get back, get back. So you can squish me in the main hall again. But I'm very very glad I came. It kind of makes me want to do more shows again now, because I'm hopefully going to be in both Partisans now. I think that's how it works. And so I can get back into Hammerhead. That's 3 extra shows a year. That's free cash injection. I know I'm talking about money a lot, but it's been extra hard, and I miss the money that I make from trade shows. So I still get those big chunks from the big ones, but it's actually quite nice, the little top up that I used to get through the year, where it'd be like this little extra bit of income. Um, so like, I don't think I've sold anything on the website all weekend. There's a guide for you. So it's like, oh, and then Monday it's like, oh, there's actually nothing to pack, because I've not sold anything at the weekend. So then having the income from today is good. And I think that's a bit on par with, I've been following the discussions about Too Fat Lardy's Patreon. And that's been really interesting, because they announced Patreon. A lot of people went, no, it's okay, you don't have to back it, it's okay. But I had never really thought about the position of being just a rules person, person that only does rules. Because minis, you can get fairly regular releases on the go, and people can always find a mini to pick up. But if you just do rule sets, your fans have bought them all, and that's it. And they're not going to give you money till you do another rule set. So they're trying to find a way that they can do things in between that isn't just more rules, especially as they're all getting older and stuff. So a way to like get bits in between and do things that are still related. So it's like more content, more battle reports, all that sort of stuff. Um, that's kind of how I'm seeing the shows. I'm like, if I can get back into the shows, that'll be little less stressful for the um yeah, just that sort of panic when there has been like a quiet weekend or something. You're like, oh no. And it obviously each time across the entire 10 years so far, if there's been like a couple quiet days, I'm like, that's it. Life's died down, it's all over for me now. It's all over. Um so yeah, so I'm gonna talk. I've got a couple of people in mind. I'll see if I'm getting back into some of the other shows as well. And again, it's all um down to, it's not just cost of money and money made, it's energy. So the the Newark place, Newark place are very low in that, as in they're low stress, um, low travel, all that. Again, no hotel, so they're ideal. But if I can find a few more like that I can go to, um, that'd be nice. And what I did really enjoy is chatting. I had some really lovely chats today. I bored. I probably no, I didn't bore. I was talking several people's ears off about various women in history, and that's what I love. And it's harder to do that at the bigger shows where it's just like absolute chaos. Um, but no, I did have a really nice day. I'm just so tired. I'm so tired. Also, because I had to carry the racks a long way. Um, the racks have got heavier because I'm cramming more onto them because the range is enormous. Have I got my bruise yet? Oh, yeah, I've got my line. You can't see my line. Um, but carrying the racks is so hard now. I do it, but then afterwards I've got like jelly arms, so it's jelly arming around. Um, Jamie says, "You do run a business, so money keeps the light on." Yeah, I think sometimes people like if you mention money, it's like all you are is money, and it was a bit sad seeing people say to the two fat lardies like, "Oh, you just here to rip us off." And no, we're just, well, it's a business. It's a business. Um, and shows have always been very business. I do love the social aspect. And again, it's like say I've been to shows in the past. No, I won't name them. I wouldn't name them, but shows back in the day where for sales they'd be pretty rubbish. But if the like effort required was low, then they're still totally worth going. Because I'd think, "Oh, I'm not going to make much, but I'm also not going to spend much." Or lose many days, and I get to chat to a bunch of people, and everything else is a bit of a bonus. But if it's something that's like that show, but then I have to travel for a day, hotel for a day, then it becomes a different. So it's this like formula basically. Um, but it's basically from the end of all that ramble is Partizan good. I'm gonna go back. So that, and see if I can get back in Hammerhead as well, and then some nice locally ones. It's the on a second time trialing out my new setup as well, and enjoying that as well since the office move. That's working out now. I'm getting all the things a bit back together. I need to do a whole bunch of stuff here. But yeah, I'm rambling now. What else was I going to mention? Got my thing, got my bit of wall. So next week, potentially, washing machine man comes. I had a lovely phone meeting with Alan, the sculptor, and we were chatting about all of this resistance stuff. And he is super hyped, which is really cool, which makes me super hyped. He was very impressed by all of the information I sent him. And I am cool about. I'm cool. I'm cool about that. I didn't buy anything from well, where was I? But I was given something. Hang on. Although we'll have to, I'm pretty sure I'll have to pay for it. But it was a here, have this thing. It'll be a barter system, no doubt. Just gonna shimmy over here. I left it in the nothing weird behind me, no. Oh yeah, I've been wearing. Nobody got it though. I've been wearing that I'm authenticated by Dr. Stephen Bull all day, and I was pointing it out to people, and they were kind of going, "What?" I'm like, "Yeah, Dr. Stephen Bull." I saw Mr. Indelible, and he's made me this little potting shed. Isn't that cute? So I've got this. I think it's got little windows. I did point out that it does look a little bit like a cute little vehicle or something. But I mean that in the nice way. Because a bit like, I'm like, oh, he's so shy. He's so shy. Like, so that will be appearing in this very all scratch built, I believe, on foam, like foam, and then bits of stuff. So thanks, Matt, from Indelible Ink. This is Ace. I love it. Yeah, that little thing. Um, oh yeah, I've been having fun with a chance to do a little bit of photographs this week as well. And me and John were arguing over who gets to buy this moon. So you'll be seeing the moon next week. But it's not been. I haven't got a way of blacking out my windows yet. So it hasn't been dark enough because I'd had to go home a bit earlier by the time the moon had arrived. Um, but there's a moon currently on Asda's for £7. Highly recommend if you're into your photos. It's like that big, £7. Also, both of us ordered it from Asda online, and we both got shipping refunds. And John's in Scotland, so I don't know what's going on because I still got it the same day. It said, "Oh, it's delayed. Have a refund," and then it arrived. Like, cool. £7 moon. It's only got two. You can get more expensive ones. £7, ace. So Andy's on the move. Andy's on the move. So then John's been mucking about with suspending the moon because it's got a little bit where the battery is. You can hang it. So I'm going to be playing around taking some moon shots. I've got some really cool plans for it. I could even have someone like walking up there to see the moon behind this huge moon. So that'll be exciting. Do you have pictures from the Warhammer event? Could see you painting. The Warhammer the other week. I didn't really take any pictures of stuff. There is a whole bunch of photos that, if you follow Sisters of Eldar, they've posted quite a few of them. I don't think I took any photos myself, but I do put up here. I appear painting in some of them as proof of me doing it. What else? The moon. So I got the moon. That was cool. Next week, what will be happening? I'll be doing. I'll probably might have at least a morning off tomorrow. I'm just, as I look, my kitchen is just an absolute mayhem. I want to finish this. I want to paint this, and then I will be still doing more research because I'm going to try and get, whilst my brain's on it, get the rest of the briefs all sorted for Alan, so they're all there and done. Because then the week after is UK Games Expo. So a whole ton of the prep is done, to be fair. So I just need to recount the racks, see what's sold at Partizan, find the stock from the office, bring the stock in. The spares I take to UK Games Expo are quite specific. So I don't take much range of spares, but the spares I do take are like anything to do with capybaras. Capybaras, guinea pigs, bunnies, kitties. And some of the big things that's hard to fit many on the rack, like the merchant caravan. I've got a mega restock on the way as well, so Mum will be in at some point when we get all that together. But Expo is never as much of a prep as Salute because it's almost like that's the prep for Expo. So it should be all right. So I'm gonna try and take it a little bit easy this week. It's not too easy, but have a bit of a chill. So I'm also gonna go see if I can visit Fenris because he's my best mate. I saw him today, but it was pretty much in like a hey, and then how's it going? All right. Mum, I sent Mum. Well, I didn't need to send her. Mum went over and gave him some bacon rolls. So I said, maybe we'll hang out at some point this week. So I might take a day and go do that. So we'll see. We'll see. I don't think I have anything on plan for the weekend. So it will then be pre-expo. Yes, I don't think I've got tons to do. There's kind of a bonus because I don't. Helium. I need to get my helium. Because there's not tons of space, so I can't take loads of spares or anything. So that's it. It's basically a bit like I did today. You take the racks. I've got racks, cabinets, and I've updated the cabinets at Salute, so nothing to do there. God, this is gonna be easy. But yeah, the more shows you do, obviously, the easy because things are all sorted out in between. It's when it's been a long gap. So salute. No, oh no, normally salute's not too bad now because Vatmatak's the first one, but because of the move. But yeah. Anyway, oh yeah. Also, if you use Instagram, that was another bit of news. Turkey Man has joined Instagram. He doesn't have his own phone because Turkey Men aren't allowed to buy phones because they can't have bank accounts and it's just all a lot of red tape. But I've been letting Turkey Man use my phone and he set up an Instagram account. It's not for the weak, the faint-hearted, or anything. The weak. Um, but Turkey Man is posting on Instagram. He's already building up quite a following. His account is Turkey Man Official. So if you want to see what he's up to, I heard he might be posting this evening, perhaps. And we got big stunt trench coat. What I like about Expo, it's about as I kind of take as much as I do on Salute, but over 3 days, so it stretches out a little bit. But it also means that it's not as like everything, every minute matters, which is what it's like at Salute. It's like it's only a few hours effectively, so there is a bit more space, and I do have a lot more chance to sort of have a look at what else is going on. It's absolute schmooze central, but I love it. At Expo because there's always so many people there that I don't normally get a chance to see, and it's where beautiful collaborations are made. Might while I was there, I might even have something really cool to reveal that I've been working on with Rolltex. That would be cool, wouldn't it? And I'm in a really nice space by the looks of it. I'm in the cool wargamer zone again. So, and I'm right next to Rolltex this time, which is ace. Because I kept taking people there going, look at this cool new thing. And now they're right next door. So that'll be really nice. I'm going to go because I'm knackered. I'm wicked. Appreciate you coming along. Again, I always feel bad after I've kind of said anything a bit like not critical, but I feel a bit bad. Like Partizan wasn't the monkey was a bit crap for a trader. That was all. But I'll be out of there. I'll be out of there, and then you'll see me the next Partizan. I'll be in the marquee. But I'm very appreciative that they got me back in. I got some cash, chatted to people, got new converts. There were a bunch of really tall German guys that kind of made my day today. One of them was like well into ghouls, and it was the best. So that was really cool. So yeah, thank you everyone I saw today. There's Katie. Katie's been out dealing key rings. I haven't got one on hand at the minute, but Katie will be at Expo, by the way, on my stand, and it's Katie that makes these and lots of other cool things. Oh, I had my trans flag on the on the thing, and part of me was like, I hope it doesn't cause an issue. So I'm going to put the trans. I hope it doesn't cause an issue. I wish to be controversial, but also not that much. I just kind of wanted it there, just as a like, it's all right, it's all right, people. And a couple of people were like, oh, what if you get in trouble? And then I walked through and I was like, oh, there's a rising sun flag and a Confederate flag. I think I'll be all right. I think I'll be all right. So I also appreciate that nobody asked me to take it down. So nice. Bring that along to Expo. But yeah, Katie's got all sorts of transy trinkets and key rings and everything. And she's bringing a whole bunch just to sort of pass out on the Squiddo stand and out and about. So if you want any of that, come along. Right, I'm gonna eat the rest of that chicken. I'm still watching The Tribe on YouTube. I've been absolutely plowing through. I'm gonna watch some more of The Tribe. The 1990. I wonder when it started. It was like 1997 or something. I don't know, something like that. But the old kids show where they're all in the mall. I'm addicted to that at the minute. The Chosen are here at the moment, and they're fighting the Chosen. They go power and chaos. So yeah. So, post-apocalyptic teen drama. Yes, it is all. Big up Zoo. Yes, it's all on YouTube. It's on like the Cloud9 channel. The first episode's in two halves, and then other than that, it's an episode each one. Power and chaos. Yeah. Power and chaos, and to his chosen victory. Yes, all over. It's yeah. I was obsessed with it as a teenager, and I've always been obsessed with it. And every now and again, I go through the rewatch, and I try putting it on in the background, and then I can't. And I get so absorbed into all like the teen drama as well. And I'm like, oh, such and such is such a cow. Like, yeah. It's a wicked show. I love it. If you're into post-apocalyptic children's show, try. Just put it in, try a full episode. An immediate binge initiated. Yes. Oh, the first online forum I ever joined was for the tribe. Yes. Oh, Robert's been watching marble racing on TikTok. I I refuse. Well, I say I refuse to engage. I'll go. Oh, what is this? I'll flicking through and go. Oh, what's it? And I go. All right, yellow. Yeah, and then they're going. Oh, go on, yellow. What are you doing in yellow? I think they should probably just change all animal sports and just replace it with marble racing. There's a few others where it's like similar. But yeah, and I'm like, no, I'm not partaking in it. Oh, go on then, go on. Yeah, mine will get. I'm like, come on, you can do this, and mine will get stuck back somewhere. But then sometimes they make a like a last minute savior. So yeah, all the equality. Um, yeah, I was never on a tribe forum. It's pre-internet for me. I didn't have the internet. I didn't have the internet for quite a while. I was quite a late internet adopter. Um, so yeah, everyone go and watch Dreamer Stay Alive. That's what I'll be doing now. And eating chicken. Thanks for coming along. And hopefully see you at the next Partizan as well, but also at Expo and onwards on the internet. Oh, also, one more thing. I've been going through the feedback for the Community Minis project. I need to have a proper look at it. But I'm pretty sure I'm going to go to Patreon, which is controversial. I'll tell you all about it when I go there. And as always, you don't have to participate. You can just buy them once they're made afterwards. And, oh God, I'm so tired. But there's been some really good feedback, so I want to have a whole proper look through it all, and then do a fresh. I might even do a poll after the poll, and put it to. I think I'll be able to make it a lot easier, and then we can get going with the next one. See who the next community mini is going to be. So that's cool. I think I'm going to add way more cards as well. These are the first thoughts I had on it. Way more cards, so then the cards can go to retailers, and then it's way easier if you're overseas to get one with a card, especially in this horrible shipping times that we're in. Right, I will come on back. Right, I'm going to end the stream and eat my chicken. Bye. Thank you. Thank you, Partizan.